Good evening, everyone. Karen, Lauren, thank you so much for every time, every week. Very, very good evening, Preeta. Thank you. Thank you for always being there week after week for all the interesting topics that we keep announcing on Spiritual Saturdays. Thank you so much. So, yes, thank you, Pia. Rina, Fariba is also there, Martina. See, what are we talking about today is pain. What is pain? And see, pain, let's understand what is pain, first of all, and why it comes in. And there are physiological aspects, physiological and physical aspects of the pain, and the metaphysical and spiritual aspect of the pain is what I'm going to talk about today. So what is pain according to each one of you? Preeta, what is pain?
Something that leaves you very uneasy in the body.
Something that leaves you uneasy, okay. Sarah, a discomfort.
Discomfort.
Yeah, hurts.
Hurts, okay. Just 1 minute, yes. And mostly when we talk about, these are the two aspects which I said, that physical and physiological is one aspect. And then the other side is spiritual or emotional aspect. Because whenever we say this ease, when we define this dis-ease, is if you break the term displacement of ease in the form of the pain that starts coming into our body, especially because pain also, if I say pain is also a teacher, because until there is a pain, you will not pay attention to your body. Pain is seeking attention from you, isn't it? Your body is a way to let you know that the body is stressed. Body has tension. And this tension is what we have to ease, because that's exactly what is uneasy. When we say restlessness or, you know, various aspects that we are not able to handle. And what we are not able to handle is where we start going to a doctor, a chiropractor, a physiotherapist, or what you call a physician or a massage therapist, whosoever at the end of it. So that pain and different parts of your body having certain kind of a pain, if it is muscular, if it is inflammation, if it is because of a cut, why is that pain there in the first place? Because pain is the effect. What is the root cause? So I want each one of you today to please talk about different aspect of the pain, and we will try to address it and try to go to the root cause of why this pain comes in. So everyone, please keep your videos on or some interaction. Even if you don't want to keep your videos on, I want your mics to be on and at least talk to me. Because these Spiritual Saturdays are not just unilateral piece of information that keeps flowing. I want each one of you to interact, please. Otherwise, there is no meaning to this exercise. Yes, Fariba. You can keep the mic on and you can talk, no problem. Even if the video is not working, I'm fine with it, no issues. But talk to me at least. Irina, Murli, Manjula, everyone, please. You can unmute your mic. Or you can even type it on chat. Yes, everyone.
I mean, like a pain that comes because of an accident, let's say, is not the same, I guess.
See, even in accident, the part of your body, Sarah, is getting damaged, or wherever you are attracting the injury is also happening because of something that is in that body part which is weak. Let's say even a muscular tension, you fell down and you sprained a part of your body. Now, why is it in that entire body, the entire pressure went on that muscle? The muscle actually was capable of taking that sort of pressure, but because that part of the body was not supplied with the enough energy. See, because whenever we say the integrated living, the thoughts, emotions, energy, and then the physical body. So if it is also attracted to a certain part of the body, there is certain discomfort because there is that energy which was not flowing to that particular part. Even if it is a cut, bruise, or a break, whatever that happens in the body, even internally. See, one of the deadliest diseases is when we say cancer, which is an unpleasant part. Where why is cancer considered as a very harsh disease? Is because cancer doesn't give you pain until it reaches stage 4. It's in fact creating a discomfort within you, and it is only discovered because it starts paining with the tumor. That is where it starts giving you the pain at stage 4. So anything that is pain, that is trying to catch your attention about things that you have to attend to, emotionally or physically, even if it's a muscular tension. And today I'm going to actually take you all through a very beautiful meditation through something called body talking or body part talking.
Lovely.
I'm sure each one of us have some or the other pain association in the past or right now, because if your body is pain-free, then you are like living a blissful life, because pain is something that your body is trying to tell you. And how does the pain happen? That we need to understand first. Anyone, please? Mary, Murli?
So can I
Sir?
ask?
Yes, Sarah.
So the left hand pain, like what is it?
What is it?
If you have pain in the left hand.
Yeah. Left hand, if it is wrist or it's the hand, palm.
It's here.
It's here.
Yeah.
See, whenever any part of your body, see, this is your defense. So when about your future, you don't feel defenseless. If someone is hitting you, what is the first thing that you do? With hands, you fight. With legs, you fight. Isn't it? So whenever there is anything in the hands, let's say if it is in the palm of fingers, each finger has a psychological meaning. You know that thumb is about the willpower. Whenever you're willing, you raise your thumb. Okay, thumbs up. This is for blame. Index finger is about blame. Middle finger is about balance. Ring finger is about love. And little finger is about how vulnerable or weak you feel. So any part of that finger and hand, with hands, you reach out to your goals, reach out to people. So when it is about left part of the body, it's about you, yourself, and your defense to the environment. You're reaching out to your future. So if it is in the left hand, you are defenseless about something in the future that you are anticipating, and you can't stop it. That's this part. Is it true? So you will exactly know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So if you then do some sort of talking, for example, when you tonight go off to sleep, just hold that part of the body, go into that pain, you know, the sensation, because that itself is hypnotizing, and you know that your mind goes beyond certain message units when that pain is there. Just go into that pain and talk to that arm and start breathing out that vulnerability or that helplessness with which you're not able to guard yourself for future possibilities and pain. Just talk to your body and say, I choose to let go. And start breathing it out. Sorry. Before you go off to sleep, because in the 30 minutes before you go off to sleep, you are in a naturally hypnotic trance, because where the conscious mind is handing over the control to the subconscious mind. So that is the time exactly where you will, be in an alpha state of hypnosis, as we say, hypnoidal. So you talk to that body part and just simply there'll be visual, there'll be association, there'll be image, something that will come to your mind, and that is what you have to breathe it out.
Okay.
Yes, Murli, you were saying something. I'm sorry. Yes.
No, my understanding of pain is it is some kind of a sensation. It could be internal, it could be external, it could be due to illness, it could be due to a physical hurt.
Yes. Yes. So because of, again, whenever there is an imbalance, for example, let's understand that why body feels that pain. Let me take you through the physiology when I say the physiology of pain. Let me save this so that I can put this. See, let's say, let me draw a certain, I'm sorry, but sorry for my bad drawing. Let's say if this is our physical body. And there's a pain in the arm, which Sarah is referring to right now. So if you understand the physiology of it, Murli,
yeah,
there's muscles, for it to be completely healthy, requires glycogen as the energy source for the muscles, in the muscles, for the flexibility. Okay. Now, glycogen comes from the carbohydrates that we eat. And these carbs are getting utilized, and these carbs get associated or mixed with oxygen, because there is glycogen that manufactures with oxygen and carbs put together through a process called Krebs cycle. Now, what happens is whenever there is this formation of glycogen that comes in enough, so which means that there is enough oxygen which is constantly supplied by your blood, the capillaries which are flowing with all the oxygen, because the job of these capillaries is to supply oxygen which is coming in through our breath. That's what blood is doing, exchange of oxygen. And then the glycogen. So if there is no pain, which means your breathing system is doing enough good job by supplying good stuff and oxygen enough to all your muscles. The moment you start overusing your muscles, or if there is even an injury that suddenly comes in, or if it is internal in a certain posture or in sleep, or you fell down, whatsoever, there is a sudden jerk or that pain which brings in shock to that muscle. That shock reduces the oxygen because of the inflammation. The blood stops flowing there, and that pain, that glycogen, gets converted to lactic acid. That lactic acid impulse in the form of electromagnetism reaches the brain. Okay, this is your brain. Sorry, it looks more like a hairstyle, but this is brain. Consider this to be your brain. Now, when it reaches your brain, what the brain will do is supply, by flushing down electrochemical process and messages to heal that pain internally. So there is an autonomic nervous system that will start supplying more oxygen to the muscles by breathing in and out rapidly. That's what anxiety does. You know, where we take rapid breathing or yawning or any of that sort. Whenever you are applying an ointment, what are you doing? You're opening up the meridians, which is flowing with the energy and the, blood supply. Whenever you are putting a heat pad or cold pack is to numb the neurons, and heat pad is to enhance the capillaries that will supply more blood. So to every nature of pain that you get it in the body, if it is more muscular in nature, there are different ways we manage pain. Now, the moment that is happening with ointment, now ointment, when you apply, it's counter irritation and counter irritation. So your brain gets distracted from where this is coming. Let me perhaps take you all through a very systematic presentation so that it makes sense. Otherwise, I think everybody is not all that scientific will understand what I'm saying. Just a minute. Give me a second so that I can show you. Just give me a second. Here we are. Yes. So I'm now going to share this, that we exist at these 4 levels, which is thoughts, emotions, energy, and physical body, or the chakras when we say, because there are 72,000 meridians through which the energy is flowing in and around us. And these are, of course, connected to our certain subtler bodies that we refer to. So there are more inhibitions. See, how does a pain happen? If it is not through injury, what Murli spoke about right now. So if there are more inhibitions, if it is not with the injury, if it is emotional pain that gets converted to physical pain, how does it come? From thoughts to emotions, emotions to energy, because that energy is not flowing to that particular body part, which is internal in the organ. And then through that internalization is where the breakdown, which is psychosomatic diseases, happen. So there are more inhibitions, more the systems, more the internalization of emotions, and more breakdown that happens is what creates all these diseases. And when it happens physically, there is an injury that happens on the hand. Exactly, there is an electromagnetic impulse that tells the brain to send the chemical energy, and that chemical energy, which is nothing else but your hypothalamus, which brings down that pain as an awareness. So the first thing that happens is the contraction in the muscle. And that muscle contraction is what causes lactic acid formation. Because the moment you are even, becoming aware, because pain is the function of awareness. How much awareness are you putting it to that part of the body? The more awareness that you put it, the more the pain gets magnified. Have you ever come across a situation like this, Preeta, Murli?
Yes, sir.
The more attention that you pay, and the more...
I would like to add in here, but if it more than the pain, if there is a swelling, then even if you don't put attention, automatically your mind is...
Your mind is latched onto it. So which means that in the swelling, doctor tells you to put ice pack. Why? In the swelling, they say put ice. And in the inflammation or any other aspect, you say supply more heat, warm, gentle heat. So when there is inflammation, because there is a electromagnetic impulse which is going to the brain, by putting a cold pack, you are actually trying to create a little numbness in the hand for that part not forming the lactic acid. And then doing something with the heat transformation, because then the body starts producing its own natural heat. And in that heat, more oxygen and more, as a part of metabolism, the body starts producing that heat and the pain goes away. See, these are your quick fix, daily home remedies, and the contraction starts coming in. When I go into the neural network, which is constantly communicating that pain awareness to the brain. How does the brain come to know that there is pain? Which is what you're doing. So the traditional way of pain management of any sort that we have, either we take a painkiller. Now that's the worst thing that you're doing, because what you're doing by taking a painkiller is that electromagnetic impulse which was coming to the brain, you are cutting down that electromagnetic impulse. So the awareness of the pain is cut, but you are continuing to abuse your body part or that muscle, and then it becomes a chronic pain at a later stage. So painkiller is the worst thing, because it's only suppressing the brain or the awareness of the pain not coming to the brain. Rather, the best aspect is to put a cold pack or a heat pack or some sort of a ointment or massage. These are the best traditional ways to manage pain, because you are opening up the meridians, you are opening up the channel of energy flowing, with ease to that particular body part, or talking to that body part for the stress that you've caused in the psychosomatic space. Before going off to sleep in a hypnotic trance, you just talk to this part. There'll be some person, some image, some psychosomatic aspect. Because why are all these painful things called psychosomatic? Psyche meaning thought, psyche meaning your belief system. And internally, it is causing the congestion or the contraction of the muscle is where this pain is forming in the body. Yes, Sarah, you want to say something?
Yeah, like as you said, like as you concentrate on the pain, then you feel pain everywhere, actually.
Yes, it increases.
It's like I feel pain even here, I don't know.
It is in the left hand again?
Yeah,
And
same. Yeah.
So this is again the willpower. And then if you know this part of the palm, do you know what this part represents?
No.
This is called the Venus mound. In astrology, this part is called the Venus mound.
Okay.
This part is the part for romance. So an astrologer will look at this part and they will actually come to know that how much of love, affection, and connection that you have with your partner. And if that area of your life which is painful, in the left area again, it's the future. This area will have pain.
Oh dear.
So this is the Venus mound. So in fact, you can simply just start letting go of this part, whatever that you are. So just talk to this and breathe out. The lack of support or whatever that you're feeling in. If there is anything specific in the relationship area, you can just simply let it go. Or do EFT, which is emotional freedom technique. For those who don't know emotional freedom technique, you can just simply tap or hold that part of the body and continuously keep breathing it out, saying it's over, I choose to let go of whatever that body part. If you ask me questions, I'll be able to tell you different aspects of your body parts and why there are different parts of the body that have pain or ache. Yes.
Is this information like findable anywhere? Like, is there a book that talks about
Louise L. Hay's book, which is You Can Heal Your Life, Sarah.
Okay.
That book is an amazing book. If you can find that book online, offline, there are some 130 different diseases.
Oh, I have it actually. I need because
Have it, right?
Yeah, I do. I read it
share
once.
it
I need to listen to it again.
Yeah. Please follow. Let me see if I have that book with me. Maybe on the chat, I'll share it with you. Just give me a second.
So all this information are there?
Yes.
Even about this Venus.
You Can Heal Your Body is the book. Lower back pain. Thank you, Martina. Lower back pain is about financial insecurities or something that is in your environment, which is not letting you settle in life. So there's a constant uprooting. It is the lower back represents the root chakra in terms of 7 chakras when we talk about it. So lower back pain is about the instability in life, insecurities that make you, so that is the lower back pain. So you can just put your hand there and apply some sort of an ointment or anything at night and just talk to the lower back pain with the, just breathing out all the insecurities and instability. That's lower back pain. Financial insecurities also could be causing this. Mostly it is related to finance. And if it is little lower than the back on the sides, which is in the joints of the hip, then it is intimacy, feeling stuck in life. It's the sexual frustration or guilt sometimes that may be causing that pain. So every aspect of emotional pain will then translate itself into the physical pain.
And what about
Mary, if most of your pain, that is heaviness in the chest, when you're stressed, then it's the representation of no one understands me or the feeling of being unloved. That is where the heart feels that congestion. So anything in the chest area is the feeling of being unloved.
So swelling on the upper arm, this portion, sir.
Now, upper arm is again inability to fight back. And if it is on the right side, it's coming from the past. something in the past, baggage, that is not allowing you to fight back. So with hands, we fight. So if it is on the right side, it's about the past. If it is on the left side, it is about the future.
And same goes for the right leg just below the knee, if there is a swelling.
So just below the knee or around the knee, because legs, you run away. You know, with legs, we flight. So there are basic brain association. With hands, we fight. And with legs, we flight. So whenever it is the right leg, it's resistance to change about the knee, or the feeling of being stuck because of your own psychological resistance to change. And the left leg or left knee around is your inability to persist through the decision making. So if you make the decision, you don't persist to the decisions that you make. That's the left leg. If it is the right ankle is about you not walking your highest path. So whatever that your potential is in your life that you think, I'm not up to the mark. And the left foot ankle is the self-doubt. Self-doubt. I doubt myself a lot. So these are the emotional associations with pain.
And for a long period of... Sorry.
Yes, Pariba.
Go ahead.
Yes.
The swelling just below my knee on the right leg, just below the knee, has been there right from 2007 onwards. 2006, I had
this on a scale, Preeta, if I ask you, how much is the pain right now on a scale 0 to 10?
So right now...
0 least and 10 meaning maximum.
Pardon?
0 meaning least, 10 meaning maximum. How much is the pain right now in the right knee?
Around 5, I would say.
5? Can we just start doing this EFT as a demo? Just see how it feels. And let's see if it goes. Say, even though I have this right swelling in the right knee.
I have this swelling on my right knee.
Because I resist a lot.
Because I resist a lot.
In the changes that happen in my environment. I don't like changes. I don't like sudden. I fear the unknown.
I fear sudden changes.
Does it sound true, Preeta?
Sudden changes, yes, it sounds true, sir.
Till I choose to, deeply and completely.
Till I choose to deeply and completely.
Heal and integrate. That part of me. And love and accept myself. And I hate anyone taking me for granted.
And I hate anyone taking me for granted.
Till I choose to.
Still I choose to.
Deeply and completely. Heal and integrate. That part of me. And love and accept myself. Because someone taking me for granted, which means that person doesn't respect me.
Because someone taking me for granted means that person doesn't respect me.
And respect is the key in any relationship.
And
I command it. And when I don't get it, I feel hurt. That's the swelling all about. Still I choose to. Heal and integrate. That part of me. And love and accept myself. Just bring both your hands to your heart and close your eyes. And perhaps the person who's hurt you the most and taken you for granted the maximum, breathe it out totally and completely. At all the levels, breathe out. Start breathing it out totally and completely at all the levels. Whatsoever is this heaviness from your right knee, which was when we started was at 5. Start breathing it out, and I want you to put one of the hands now at the knee, keeping your eyes closed. Wherever there is swelling that you feel, you will get the image of the person, situation, energy, or a memory. Breathe it out totally and completely. Start tapping and say, I choose to let go. Whenever you feel comfortable, open your eyes. How much it is now from 5, Preeta?
I would say 3, sir.
Wow. So it's come down just with this breath work from 5 to 3. So now, second round. Say, even though this remaining pain
Even though this remaining pain
is a deep-rooted hurt which I'm not letting it go.
is a deep-rooted hurt that I'm not letting it go.
I don't want to forgive this person
I don't want to forget this person
because there is a lot of pain
because there's a lot of pain
that I've received.
that I've received.
And I felt helpless all my
And I've
life.
felt helpless all my life.
Still I choose to.
Still I chose to
Deeply and completely
deeply and completely
heal and integrate
heal and integrate
that part of me
that part
and love and accept myself.
and love and accept myself.
I'm stubbornly holding on to this pain so that I remind myself to be on guard.
Stubbornly holding on to this pain because I can.
And this guard is my defense.
And this guard is my defense.
And that's what I'm holding on to.
And that's what I'm holding on.
Still I choose to. Deeply and completely heal and integrate that part of me and love and accept myself.
That part of me and I love and accept myself.
Bring both your hands to your heart once again and breathe it out totally and completely about all the defense that you've had all your life, which now has become this pain against this person that you have to remind yourself to be completely alert for the unknown coming your way. Unpredictability of life, taking you for granted for all this while. That angry part of you, breathe it out totally and completely. Tap again on your knees and say, I choose to let go. See, if you all say it and come live, it'll definitely help. Yeah, please stop the recording. I think people are responding to the recording and that's why they are not coming. We can stop the recording, no problem. We don't want the recording otherwise. Otherwise, people will simply not talk. They are only chatting. Preeta, how are you?
Much better, sir.
How much it is now from 3?
I would say 1, sir.
Wow. Just with breath, we've not applied any ointment. We've not applied anything externally. Purely with the association, we started playing with it. And this is called onion peel technique, okay? In terms of EFT, you can simply come to the core. If you were in a private session with me, I would have straight away led you to the core and started working with it. And definitely it would completely, I've worked with vasculitis, colitis, dermatitis, cervical spondylitis, thyroid, headache, migraine, arthritis of any kind, frozen shoulders. You tell me and we've actually healed it completely from the root cause.
How long will it take for the swelling to come down, sir? Even if the pain is gone. Even if the pain is gone.
The pain is gone, the swelling also will come down because you are now treating the root cause. So every day, now for example, if for next 21 days, there is a certain reinforcement that you do it each time it happens, you just keep tapping and talking and then breathe it out. Now you got to the core that anyone taking it for granted and you already got the person in your head. Before going off to sleep each night for 21 days, keep tapping and say, I forgive this person. I choose to, because it is not the person. It is, of course, the perception and the pain that you went through is the perception that you have to let it go. Once it goes away, you are going to be completely fine and free from this burden that you've kept it deep within as a repressed pain, which is becoming this damage. Because see, the flexibility of your muscle is going because of that rigidity to not let it go.
Very true.
When that rigidity happens, so say now the last part, that I'm rigidly holding on to this remaining pain.
I'm rigidly holding on to this pain.
And it's self-harm, actually, with this attitude that I've kept it deep within me for all these years.
Yes.
I'm not able to let go of my rigidity and stiffness. Still I choose to deeply and completely heal and integrate that part of me and love and accept myself. Even though this rigidity has now become my defense, my identity. And that's what I'm keeping it. Still, I choose to deeply and completely heal and integrate that part of me and love and accept myself. Bring both your hands to your heart and just breathe out this rigidity. Whoever against that you've held it up. So the thyroid issue is lack of self-expression. Martina, when you do not express yourself, when you hold back your self-expression, it becomes thyroid problem. Because thyroid happens from T3, T4 and TSH, hormones coming from. What is the function of thyroid? Thyroid actually brings about assimilation of food in your intestine and keeping your body metabolism high. So when with the environment, when you become cold, you know, you don't have any warmth with a person with whom you are in a relationship with, the body metabolism starts coming down, and that's hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. So what is hypo? When the TSH33 goes high, hypo happens. So that is where the hypo, which is holding back your expression, and hyper, which is expressing too much and nobody is listening to me. And that becomes hyperthyroidism. I've treated completely thyroid without medication, but of course, psychosomatic diseases take a lot longer than 2-3 sessions, because these are deep rooted within your psychosomatic space. Like there is one lady, I treated her entire thyroid where she was on a 7.75 mg medication. She came down to 0.25, eventually to 0.1 or the least amount, whatever, and then she was taking it alternate days. And she was under treatment for 3 months with me. And her thyroid started after her marriage, where her husband would just be very dominating and her mother-in-law would just not allow her to speak as much. Whereas her complete liberal childhood with her parents, she completely lost her confidence after she got married. And she was a wonderfully, she was working in Taj. She was a front desk person, and she wanted to go for some air hostess training, and she was getting a good career boost in an international multinational organization, which her husband completely said, no, you can't. They had an opportunity to migrate to Canada, and her husband said, no, I can't, uproot myself from India and go to Canada. I don't want to become financially dependent on you. You quit your job and sit at home. And then after that, she had 2 children, and she felt completely stuck and she could never express it to herself. And in that process, her mother died because she was the only person with whom she used to talk. The moment her mother died, after that, she had no venting out space, and her thyroid journey started. So every client will have a story. So everything that is behind the disease, there's a story. And that's where all that disease comes in. And we work with clinical hypnotherapy, happiness coaching modality, where I also teach this to people. And this happens completely online. So irrespective of where you are, these sessions are very effective.
I understand asthma is also psychosomatic.
Yes.
Right. So, some say it is hereditary. Some say it is, it is anxiety driven. Yep. So what does one do?
So in terms of, again, let me also explain, Ms. Murli. Asthma is to do with breath, okay? When it comes from birth or in an early age of life or wherever there is breathlessness, there is a trigger which is coming from a past life. Probably the death happened because of drowning or choking or in some sort of a claustrophobic setup where you died and the last dying feeling was breathlessness. So then that gets carried forward to the life which you are born as reborn with asthma. That's number one. When it happens with anxiety in the current life, then there are triggers in the childhood which simply is unlocking that asthma, and the belief behind that asthma is life is difficult, because breath represents life. If you have a perception of breath or life being difficult, breathing will become difficult. So anything in nasal passage deviation, or even simply snoring. I've treated snoring completely from an individual in 5 sessions. Because snoring again is sleep apnea. It's the representation of stress, and life is difficult, and it can be treated completely just with clinical hypnotherapy again.
So I want to ask you about Manjula. I want to ask you about my grandson. Yeah, he recently had 3 months back. He had nerve inflammation, and he one fine evening he said like his hand just dropped, and then next day onwards we've been going to different doctors, and finally it was diagnosed as he's 10 years old, and he's got on the left hand, he's a lefty, and has been diagnosed as brachial plexus with acute neuritis.
Right. So anything in neuron again is something that is drastic that has happened. So just check when it happened in his emotional space. There is some major change that has come into his life, which is related to his future, and he feeling helpless about it. Again, in the hands, not being able to do anything about the decisions that my parents are taking for myself and my future. There is something that has got triggered, Manjula. Is there anything like that that is happening in the child's life as of now?
No, nothing like that has happened. But it all happened all on its. It happened all on. Sorry.
Give him the freedom of choice.
Okay.
I would like to interact with this child if in case possible, anytime in the future. Just book a 30-minute free consultation for me to understand his story. Because I can't give with this much information, I cannot tell you exactly how much and where this is, because it's neurological in nature. There is deep-rooted reason.
Okay, sir. I think we should get back to you on some time, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Anything else?
Can I ask a question?
Yes,
if nobody else does. Yeah, so about like so many spots in the face, like what's that?
So many spots in the face.
Yes.
See, face, if it is because of, let's say, pimple is aggression on self. So I don't see what is face. Face is your identity. So it is self-image, self-acceptance. So anyone who does not accept or approve of one's own self and the looks, and there is anger about your own self, then it will come in the form of pimples on the face and the spots.
Any side, any meaning, or same both sides?
No, anger and self-rejection.
Okay. So
would it be the same for pigmentation also, sir?
Pigmentation is again melanin, which is again, so pigmentation is a long, see, pimple is psychosomatic, which is, let's say, about a month of an anger or a week of an anger. Pigmentation is something which is deep rooted. So not only me, but it's the rejection from the environment that has kept on coming over and over again. And that has become my story. So I now see myself through the eyes of others, and I don't like myself because others don't like me. That's pigmentation. See, anything in your skin, for example, it's your contact with the environment. So anything, let's say an allergy or an irritation on your skin. See, your skin is the only organ or a sense organ which is 100% subcognition. You cannot switch it off. Like if you don't want to see something, you can shut your eyes. You don't want to hear something, you can shut your ears. You don't want to eat, maybe for 10 days you will not die. But your olfactory and your skin is, olfactory is partly subcognition, but your skin is 100%. You can't switch off just by saying, oh, switch off. So it is picking up every irritation from the environment and translating it into drawing attention of your own self to that irritation, which means that there is an allergy which is trying to communicate to you. All pain that is happening in your body is a communication, which is your emotional outburst, and calling it an illness or a disease for a reason.
So like psoriasis is like, again.
Psoriasis is not like Sarah. Psoriasis is burn marks and, burn death coming from, it's an autoimmune disorder. All autoimmune disorders have a different meaning. They're deep-rooted. And the root cause is only known to the subconscious mind. It can be treated completely with regression therapies. I've worked with psoriasis, one client in Dubai, and I've treated her psoriasis completely.
Oh, how many sessions?
I took 3 months of coaching because anything that is that deep rooted, Sarah, we have to work. You know that person, in fact.
I do.
Yeah. You know that person.
Okay.
Is there a cure to cervical spondylitis also, which causes vertigo or constant pain for my husband and for myself? We both have this neck pain quite bad.
Yes. So cervical spondylitis is the burden of responsibility that you carry.
Okay.
It can completely be treated. I have treated cervical spondylitis within 3 sessions completely.
Just 3 sessions.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. It's got nothing to do with stress.
So stress is what stress? It's the burden that you're carrying that's constantly keeping you in a certain thoughtful space. So stress, see, doctors eventually, when they cannot do anything or diagnose anything particularly, they don't know the root cause, they'll put it on stress. But stress is a very vague part. What is the stress? It's not the physical stress. Why your muscles have gone weak in the first place? That they cannot take that stress or the burden that you're carrying. So it's an emotional burden which you're carrying here in that space, which is your nape. And that's where the stress starts happening.
Okay.
So you have to start resolving that completely.
Okay.
Yes. Fariba, anything you want to ask? Even if about your cases you want to ask, I'm fine. Maybe today's. I know how eagerly you've been waiting. I'm so sorry, but it's just that we are waiting for the other things to begin. Maybe I'll have a call with you.
Hijacked by the client almost, so I need to talk to you.
No, we will talk.
Okay.
Does the organ?
You've also opted for mentorship, right?
Yes.
Or you haven't as yet?
I have. I just need to
okay.
to close
Great.
it. Yes.
Okay.
That's psoriasis can be like sorted with organ regen.
What is it?
Organ regen. Can you do organ regen on
You can.
psoriasis?
Oh yes, definitely, big time. Organ regeneration can be done completely under hypnosis.
Okay.
So again, it is stress induced. See, all autoimmune disorders are stress induced. So you have to, as a therapist, assess, Sarah, what is causing that emotional stress to the client, which is causing the anxiety and that trigger. Because each time when a trigger or a breakout happens on the skin, which part of the body is coming to is important. Which part of the body is getting affected on the skin. So that's your contact. If it is in the butt, if it is in the forehead, if it is in the armpit, if it is on the shoulder, if it is behind the ears, wherever these patches are coming up. So psoriasis, with the skin being your largest organ, which part of your contact with the environment is getting hijacked?
What about the fingers?
Yeah, so fingers, I'm emotionally too sensitive and the environment is insensitive to my needs. Because see, anytime, whenever you want to experience texture or touch, even if it is cold or hot, what do you put? You put your fingers, no? That's your direct contact with your environment. So that is where the fingertips are having maximum neurons reaching to your brain. So it's sensitivity to the environment, which you're trying to gauge. Yes, Preeta.
So what about sebaceous glands on the head?
So sebaceous glands, again, it's overproduction of oil, if I feel. Is it? That's
I wouldn't know. It was just swelling, small swellings on couple of swellings.
See, anything to do with the scalp, like dandruff, sebaceous glands, or extra excess oil and all of that is something which, again, self-rejection, self-criticism.
Oh,
anything to do with the scalp. See, whenever you're not doing things right, what do? You do this, no?
Yeah.
So it's the scalp, self-criticism.
So the EFT will work for that also.
EFT, and there is deep-rooted work. See, sebaceous gland, that's a swelling, which again is inflammation of the self-criticism, Problem is with the authorities that this person has lived with all his or her life. So there is a little bit of additional work that may be needed with the authority or authoritarians in life.
So which means like a hypnodrama and energy exchange or something one can do.
100%. Yes.
Okay.
Cord cutting also.
Cord cutting also.
Cord cutting definitely exchange one must do.
Okay. Thank you so
much.
much.
You're done with level 5, Preeta?
Yes, sir. I've done with level 5. In fact,
Awesome.
I'm also in the sessions with Yuvraj sir. That's going on.
Wow. Oh, okay. That is nice. Oh, you were already there in the class today?
Yes, I was in the class.
Okay. So he already gave all these options to us.
Yes.
Most of these, yeah.
He's there.
Great. So tomorrow is the last day of the class.
Tomorrow is the last.
Have you submitted your 10 cases, Preeta?
Not yet, sir. Not yet.
And meditation?
I am not in a space to start the 10 cases. I just wanted a month or so just to be free from many things. I just wanted to work on myself and then start. To me, that made sense.
But that is an emo approach. That tells me that you are definitely an emo.
No, I'm highly physical.
Is it? But then at this point in time in your life, you are choosing to act out of your emo side. In your suggestibility, you may be an emo.
Yes.
That's physical.
But that's because
as of today, you are an emo.
That's because too many things happening in my life. So I just wanted to sort things out and then start.
Yeah,
that space I wanted.
Yes, kindly explain as well what are the vision issues. Now, vision issues are about, again, myopia or hypermetropia. What is in the closer, aspect of your life that you don't want to see will result into myopia, and hypermetropia is the opposite. I don't know if I keep mixing it up. Whatever is the other way around, what is in the far future that you don't want to see, that is hypermetropia. And if it is your right eye, it is something to do with your perception of the environment. And if it is the left eye, it is others' perception of you. That's eyes.
Your perception is the right one.
Your perception about something. So something in your environment that you are getting irritated on or about. So that's right eye. The left eye is about others' perception of you, or your own perception about your own self because of others' treatment, others' rejection, that you are taking it to your image. That's left eye. I hope, Martina, I have answered your query. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Just continuously keep breathing it out. The meditation is only about, again, tap that particular body part, which is giving you the pain or the discomfort. Think about that aspect which is bothering you. I've given you enough pointers about which part of the body hurts, when, how, what. Just breathe it out totally and completely and then let it go. As you're breathing, whatever is the congestion, whichever that blockage that you've kept it deep within yourself, just take in more oxygen as if you are intending that you are taking in more positive energy and you're breathing out all the stress and discomfort out of your system. Even if you don't know the whole process of EFT, but you can simply breathe it out. And Preeta, you can please continue to do this. I'm sure you know the EFT.
Yeah, I am doing.
21 days and it will go out completely.
Yes.
Keep tapping
the pain,
your right.
Pain seems to be reducing, but the swelling is taking time.
So it's the rigidity with which you are defending it, that it's the person who took me for granted. I'm not going to forgive that person. That's the rigidity.
No, that also I've come, to a certain extent, forgiving the person, not fully. Yes.
Rational space.
Should be, that should be true.
The psychosomatic space, it's still not gone.
But usually how much time would the swelling take to subside totally?
If you completely let it go and work with the root cause, definitely over a period of at least about 3 months.
3 months, okay.
Because it's psychosomatic in nature. See, 21 days is for habits, 41 days is for behavior. And any sort of reprogramming that you want to do it for cellular cellular upgrade, then it will take 90 days, 3 months. Even at a DNA level, you can reverse.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So thank you everyone for your time. Thank you for your interaction. Sarah, see you soon.
Sorry, can I have a last question?
Oh, yes. Yes.
I really did like your topic, but I wanted to, from what I heard, I understood that even if we reach the level 5, we cannot heal ourselves and we cannot be helpful to others.
No, you can be, definitely. But you have to work. You see the journey of level 5 as a student and journey of level 1 to 5 as even a practitioner, or first, the only responsibility that you have is to continuously keep healing your own self, Salima, in the process. 5 levels are not just good enough for you to, because I know that in the class, not everybody opens up with their core, because there is, inhibition that you don't want to come up with your own core issues and everything. You just want more answer to knowledge and knowledge to rationalization of a different kind. When you actually open your core and then work and deal with your core issues is where everything will be dealt with. 100%. You can heal yourself. Purely with breathwork also you can heal. In fact, that is what we are also attending with the Decode Yourself program. Which is what we were talking about. It is possible. Take care.
Thank you.
EFT is a wonderful tool. You can apply it for anything. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
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 See you, Sarah.